Happy Friday. So today is a very busy day, y'all. I'm just waiting on my client to pull up for my first appointment. You know how you get to somebody's house. Technically, in my mind, if the appointment's at 8:30 and if the appointment's at 8:30, I should be there at 8:15 in my mind. That's kind of how I was trained, and that's how I train my mentees. That you know, the start time should be you're already at the table setting up. Y'all start signing at 8:30. That's my brain. But for some people, they're very particular on time. Like if you say 8:30, they don't want you ringing that doorbell or knocking on their door until 8:30. So that is my first client, which I hate this with the first client because today's a very busy day. I have 7 closings, and my first 4 are sellers, so very simple packages, all 30, 40 pages or less. So that's good. I have 2 or 3 refinances and another seller this afternoon. Thank God all of my docs were ready today, except for one, which means because I'm not in my regular vehicle, I won't be able to print on demand. I'll have to go back home, but I do have like an hour or two to spare in between. And the one thing I want to say about 4 days, when you all, as you gain clients, when you have 4 days, like I mentioned in previous videos, it's very important to know your zip codes. It's very important to know your areas, your counties, because if you plan smartly, you're not driving all over the town, burning up your gas, going from east, west, north, south. So my first 4 appointments are all within a 20-minute radius. So that's beautiful. The pay is beautiful. This is definitely a huge, I ain't gonna say huge, but a big day. I think way in the beginning when I started on TikTok, I was showing y'all, well, I ain't gonna say TikTok, social media, I was showing y'all or telling you all that minimum of 1 day a month, you should have $1,000 day. And I do have those a few times a month because of how I plan and how I strategically accept my appointments, in addition to how I strategically make sure I'm getting the proper pay. If your pay is right, you don't have to worry about that. I don't have to do 7 appointments all the time to make $1,000 because of my price point. Some of my title companies and my direct escrow settlement companies that I work with are always 200 across the board minimum for no matter what type of the transaction is. So if I do, 4 or 5 of those a day for them, then that's very possible. So with that being said, when you have very busy days, make sure you understand the logistics of how you're accepting your appointments. When those appointments come through, you should already know what's on your schedule. You should already know what's on your schedule as far as where I'm gonna be at 8, where I'm gonna be at 10. So when you accept something else, you already know if I can accept it or not. So that's how I like to work mine. That's why within that from 8:30 to my 8, 9, 10 are all within 20 minutes. And then I have another one in the same area, but it's like an hour and a half later. So I have a little break. If I wanted to do my drop-offs, which I don't, I just wait until the end of the day or right at the last, I ain't gonna say last minute. Our pickup here is at 6. So I wait until the end of the day to do my drop-offs if possible, unless I'm just right next to a FedEx or UPS. I don't do my closings and drop. No way. I do 1 drop a day. And another important thing is know where your distribution centers are at, y'all. If you know your distribution centers for FedEx and UPS, that helps tremendously. You know why? Because they have late hours. The cutoff time is not 6 p.m. The cutoff time is during a week here in North Carolina. For FedEx, I believe UPS too, is like 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. And if you have for me, I live close, not too far, maybe 15, 20 minutes from the airport. You can also drop off at the airport. For us in Charlotte, they have the FedEx distribution and they stay open to 9. So if you have a very busy day and you don't have time to do your drop-offs, just look up your distribution centers. Get to know the locations. There are 3 near me for FedEx. Unfortunately, the one for UPS, they had closed down. I need to see if they're back open, but that's literally minutes from my house. So it's very convenient. So that's another good tip too. Know your distribution centers. Know your the areas where you're going to be in, so you can understand how you need to work your day, because you can get burnt out as a loan signing agent. You can get burnt out very easily, and you don't want to do that. Be smart. Work smarter, not harder. Know your addresses. Know your zip codes. Not the addresses. Know your zip codes. Know your counties. understand the logistics of where you're going to be. So when you're accepting your appointments, it's smart to accept it. I turn down stuff. I'm not about to be all the way in one county and know that I got to be in another county within 40. I don't do that to myself. I try to, I cross county lines, but I make sure I have the proper timing. And if I don't, I have to call that client and say, hey, do you have any flexibility? Because these companies don't want us changing the time. However, sometimes it works out for us. It's okay to be, 5-10 minutes behind, but we don't want to be 30-40 minutes, an hour behind because we didn't properly plan. So that's enough for today. I'm just waiting on this client. I'm a mile from her house. I just decided to go into this little Dominican Republic store, grab me some healthy drinks, and I need to learn how to show y'all the pictures of things while I'm talking. But I'm very grateful that last month I did 80 closings. This month, I don't even know where I'm at, but I've been very, very busy. I did take last week off, Thursday through Monday, because I was camping at the rodeo, but y'all, I've been so busy. And I'm grateful because we have our downtime, our slow weeks, our slow months or whatever, but things have picked up a lot to the point where I haven't been able to pivot to do some other things like I thought I was going to be doing. Anyway, happy Friday, y'all. Have a good weekend. Let me know in the comments if you listen to the full video. Leave your favorite emoji. Thank you.